There are ways that you can move up the pay ladder without having to wait. This results in more money for you. Let's find out how. Most of the time, you have to follow the time in grade rules when trying to get promoted in the federal government. This means waiting 12 months before being eligible for the next GS grade. For example, if you're a GS 11 today, you would have to wait 12 months before you're eligible to apply or receive a GS 12 promotion. However, some people enter the government at a low GS grade, which I discourage. I do not believe in the mentality of getting your foot in the door. Although some people decide to do it, they're leaving the military, they're shifting their careers, and they're willing to take a lower GS grade. So, for example, if you have 15 years of experience, 15 to 20 years of experience, and then for some reason you decide, I'm going to take a GS 6, well, you're losing tens of thousands of dollars if you stay at a GS 6 or GS 7 when your experience in actuality equates to GS 12 or a GS 13. But let's say you don't want to listen to that advice. So you have all this experience, you take a low GS grade, and then another position opens up that you know you're qualified for. So you're sitting there at a GS 6 and a GS 12 opens up, and you want to apply for it. But with just 12 months as a GS 6, you feel a little discouraged. Maybe you're only qualified for a GS 7 now. So what do you do in that situation? Well, there's a few ways around this. The first thing is looking for jobs that are open to the public. Any U.S. citizen can compete for these type of jobs. Also, you can look at accepted position type jobs. The good news is that there are over 4,000 accepted service jobs today. Next, look at Schedule A, or if you're a military veteran, you can look at the Disabled 30% or the VRA Veteran Preference pathway. To apply under Schedule A, you'll need to click the Individuals with Disability filter. Obviously, for the Veteran Preference, you're going to have a military background. And if you want to know all the details about Veteran Preference, I made a whole nother video that discusses that topic. When you use a lot of these special hiring paths, then you're able to get around the time and grade rules as long as you have the required experience. This is important. The experience is the key. And you need to have received this experience at a past job or a past career, such as the military, private sector, contract work, or volunteering. If you worked at a bank or you worked at a hospital or you worked in the military, you can use that experience to try and target those higher GS grade jobs. It all has to be in your resume, and it needs to show that you're clearly qualified for that job announcement. This brings us to another issue. When you apply to a job, do you attach your SF50? It's an issue because a lot of job announcements tell you to do that, and your SF50 is going to show your GS grade. So if you're currently a GS 6 or a GS 7 right now, that SF50 is going to say how much time you have in that grade. So you could be worrying that an HR specialist or the computer might reject you by looking at that. So you can do this one or two different ways. The first way, do not attach your SF50 unless it requires you to. And that way, once you receive the job, then you can give your SF50 to the human resource specialist. You don't have to worry about having your experience conflated. Now, the second way is attach your SF50, but also include a document in there that tells HR you are using previous experience. You're not using your government experience. And some job announcements will also have a big text box, and it'll ask you, where is your experience located in your resume that qualifies you for this job? Either way, if you are wrongly not considered for the job announcement, then there's usually contact information all the way at the bottom of the job announcement. Send them an email or call those people up. This actually happened to a friend of mine who was coming out of the military. He took a GS9 position because that's all that was available in that local area. When it was time for him to leave that area, he was able to use his military experience to get a higher GS grade. So he essentially went from GS9 to GS13, and it took about 6 months. So it definitely can be done. But as I said earlier, try not to undersell yourself. Do not just take any opening in there because you hear people say, just try to get in the government, just try to get in the government. I think that line of logic will end up hurting your pockets more in the long run. Now, if you're sitting there and you're applying every day and you're applying to these jobs you know you're qualified for, there are still some ways your resume could end up in the trash can. And if you want to know what those ways are, I want you to watch this video next. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please click like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.